Ready.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited about today. This is my first ever Megazoom. I'm joined by two of my best friends, amazing community members. I'm just so excited to get to be able to share my story, my health journey on here for a little bit, and to hear their stories as well, because they have impacted me and inspired me a lot with their stories and their transformations and just how they lead their lives even. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, just so grateful for everybody who's able to be here and for everybody that's watching the recording as well. We're just going to be talking about health, wellness, kind of our transformation journeys and how those transformation journeys have turned into our passion and our purpose as well. So to get started with kind of my health journey, I'm going to give a little bit of backstory. I have struggled with depression, mental health issues, anxiety. I've struggled with a lot of skin issues, digestive issues as well throughout my life. Depression was probably the biggest pain point for me throughout my life. And, you know, I've tried different things for my depression. There was a long time where I was on different medications, kind of a trial and error process. And some of those actually ended me up in the mental hospital because they made depression significantly worse. So that was a no-go for me. After that trip to the mental hospital, I stopped that medication. I said, I'm not going to have any kind of medication like that ever again for mental health. So I was done with that. And, you know, I've been vegan for about 6 years now, and that helped my depression and my anxiety a little bit here and there. It made some improvements, but nothing that I was hoping for. It wasn't really the improvement that I was looking for. And, you know, I've added in more whole foods to my diet, tried to cut out a lot of processed food, stuff like that. Just doing whatever research I could to, you know, try and better my mental health, try and better my physical health as well. And try and help with some digestive problems that I was having. I was born with eczema as well. And so that's always something I've struggled with for a long time. I thought it was because I was living in a super cold environment, but that ended up not really being it. It was actually an internal issue, a gut issue. And I didn't actually find that out until I did a really like a full health reset, which I never knew how desperately I needed that. So I tried it was a 30-day ultimate lifestyle transformation. And at first I had some resistance to it because I was like, oh, I'm vegan, like I'm healthy. Like this probably isn't going to help me. This isn't going to do anything. But I said yes. There was a 60-day money back guarantee. And I saw so many people that were just like glowing, like Alice, for example, Allison, like they were thriving, they were living their best life. And, you know, the only thing that I saw that they were doing really differently than I was they were taking in these superfoods. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. So I tried it. It was during the pandemic. I was in a really dark spot with my mental health and my depression because of the level of isolation that came along with the pandemic, the level of anxiety during the pandemic that was just an all-time high for everybody. I was also living with my parents at the time, trying to get somewhere warmer because I thought that was really affecting my mental health as well. But yeah, within the first I think it was like day 3 or 4 of this ultimate lifestyle transformation, this 30-day transformation, I really started to notice like significant change. It was like day 4 that I got out of bed in the morning and I woke up with just like this level of clarity that I never really felt like I had before that. I never realized how much brain fog I had. I had no idea how I had brain fog and I woke up with so much energy. And throughout those 30 days, so much began to change for me. My skin cleared up. It was during winter time too. And my skin just got so much better. It was so much more hydrated. I didn't have like any acne at that point. I felt like I was glowing. People are asking me like, what are you doing differently? But yeah, I had so much energy too, which was really, really big for me, especially at that point in my life, because during the first few months of the pandemic, I mean, I was super depressed. I mean, there were sometimes even days or weeks that I wouldn't even get out of bed. But during those 30 days, I would go on like mile-long hikes. I think one of the days during those 30 days, I went for like a 9-mile hike, like just for the heck of it. And that was something I never really did before that. And, you know, during that time, so many amazing practices came into my life too. Like I started a daily yoga practice. I started journaling more. I just started going outside more and really just kind of enjoying life more. And I had no idea that food could make such a drastic impact in my life. And it really did. It has changed my life in so many ways after the last 2 years. I mean, there are more changes in my life and in myself that than I can even count. It's been absolutely amazing. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this mission now that I'm able to share this. Because after my first 30 days with these superfoods, it almost felt like a disservice not to share this. Like, I can't keep this, I can't keep this a secret. I can't keep this to myself. And so that's why I really do have a passion of sharing about health now and learning as much as I can, because I really do feel like there is an attack on foods right now, an attack on people's health. I mean, you see it every day, and there's so many diseases out there that are just so unnecessary, and people don't know that it's their lifestyle and their food that they're eating that is really impacting them so deeply. So that's why I've decided to share this. And that's why this Megazoom came to be about, because I am just so passionate about it and passionate about helping people and just making sure that people know that your life doesn't have to be, you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to struggle with these horrible ailments. Sometimes it can be as simple as just adding in some really high quality nutrition into your life. So now I'm going to pass it over to my amazing friend, Alice. She has a truly incredible story, a transformation story. I'm just so inspired by her every day and how far she's come in the last couple of years. So over to you, Alice.
Thank you, Ingrid, so much for that beautiful, beautiful share. I mean, I'm so blessed that this opportunity has connected us. And like you said, it's a disservice not to share, which is why when I did this, I shared it with you. And now look, like we're doing this from all corners of the world. Thank you so much for inviting me on. So my name is Alice. I'm from London. And this came to me 2 years ago when I was at my lowest point in my life. So I was 28 years old. I was so desperately searching for purpose and for meaning in this life. I was suffering heavily with mental health issues at the time. I had severe depression and anxiety, and I some days couldn't even leave the house. I didn't want to speak to people. And I know a lot of people I speak to now are feeling this way, and it was just at its absolute lowest. I'd been suffering with leaky gut problems for the past 10 years up until that point. So I was on medications. The doctors told me that I would have to be on them for the rest of my life, and I just had to deal with it. So I had to deal with crippling pain for most of those 10 years, but I wasn't happy with that. But the stress and anxiety that I was feeling was making it worse. It exacerbated my gut. So I was at my worst. I had left my husband. I decided that year to leave my husband. I lost my job. So I was living at home at 28 with my parents in their attic. It was a lot, but previous to this point of this tipping point that I got to, I have been a vegan food blogger in England. I was traveling England and a lot of the world, including, Bali and other amazing countries, sharing about veganism. But at this point, I hadn't heard about gut health connected to food and toxicity in food and mental health and these things. So I just thought, veganism, that's healthy, yet I was sick. So I was promoting something with all the love in the world, but I wasn't helping people, and I definitely wasn't helping myself. So I was doing that, and I was also doing modeling, and I was doing energy work. I was coaching people. I was holding retreats, but there was something missing. I really wanted a way to reach more people in a tangible way. And all of this had come to a head. I was so sick of the 9 to 5. I was so sick and tired of working for other people. And I'd wake up just every day wishing that it would just come to an end, because I didn't want to get out of bed. It felt like I'd been born into a world that I completely had no control over. I had no control over my life. So fast forward to 2020, when I left my husband, I just decided I have to try something for myself. And I was at my lowest, and I got down on my knees and I was like, I surrender, please. Oh my God, give me something, because I don't even know where to turn. And I know everyone's been at a low point before. And I'm so blessed that because of this, because an angel before me had gone through this and found a way to make it, so much better for herself. She found and got access to the secret, which is what we're talking about now. She saw me and she reached out to me and she said, Alice, you don't have to be alone anymore. I can help you, and I want you to join me. I want us to do this together. And I'd never heard such an amazing thing in all my life. I was like, I've been waiting for this. I've literally been waiting to hear this. And Alison said, I see greatness in you. Like, let's partner up. And at this point of such terrible depression. I couldn't even see past my own face, let alone greatness. But the fact that someone could see this in me helped me get up and find purpose and move past all the suffering that I was creating for myself. And the 10-day transformation that I started with in the UK literally changed my life. I was so skeptical before, but I was willing to try. And it was day 3. I think it's always day 3 for people. I remember waking up and just tears were streaming down my face because everything around me seemed different. Like I felt like I could go. I felt like I was capable. I felt like I could help people. I felt like happy for no reason. And I called Alison and I was like, what the hell is this? She was like, your gut's starting to heal and the serotonin is flowing. And this is how we're meant to feel. Isn't it amazing? And I was like, I want everyone to feel like this. This is amazing. And my parents were like, who is this crazy woman who's just like, are you on drugs? And I was like, it's food. It's superfood. And I just got obsessed. I was absolutely, no one could stop me. I was sharing it with everyone, like my neighbor down the road. I was speaking to people all around. Alison was back to back with calls. She was like, oh my God, because I found my thing. I found my thing. It lit me up. It got me up. I was up at 5 a.m. working and I came off my gut medication within 10 days. I haven't looked back. I have no gut issues. I have no mental health issues. I've got more energy. My skin's amazing. I'm happy. And my dream life is being manifested because for all those years that I got up and worked for someone else and hated my life and wanted to kill every customer that came in, even though it wasn't their fault, now I live in Mexico. I've been traveling the world for 2 years sharing about this because I decided that day that Alison saw greatness in me, that she was right, and that I was going to dedicate my life to something better and a mission bigger than myself. So I'm fulfilled, I'm happy, I'm location independent. And I also got to spend 5 months living in Belize with these 2 angels while we were spreading this mission. So this truly has fixed everything. It just starts with the food. But I'd love to pass it over to Alison, who is the angel who shared this with me in my lowest days. And none of us would be here now if it wasn't for this woman taking the plunge first. So I'd love to open it up to Alison to share a little bit.
Thank you for sharing, Alice and Ingrid. And I relate so much, even though I've heard both your stories. When I hear them, I just have chills all over my body because first of all, we found each other, which is huge, just finding others like ourselves out there. We don't have to be alone anymore. And that we found, like Alice said, I love the secret, which is not a secret because we want to share this with everyone in the world, but it is not something that I know I was taught and most people are taught about, because it is there's hidden dangers in our food supply. And we are, they're not written in the ingredients, and we think we're doing the best we can do. And like I was thought, and that's why I totally also relate with both of these women started off thinking they're doing the best they can. We all started thinking we're doing the best, and not knowing that we were poisoning our bodies with these pesticides and herbicides and chemicals and processed foods, and not knowing about the gut-brain connection, which we only know when we experience, right? It's like we think we're doing okay, and I wasn't doing that well. I was actually doing, when I started this, I was doing better than I had been because of going plant-based, which helped me a lot, but I was, we normalized so much suffering. I was still suffering all the time with mental health, and eczema, 2 things that also we learn are completely connected. And so many things everything is the gut. And so when we repair the gut, we're like, oh, that was gut too. That's gut. Like, oh my God, everything that we're suffering with is gut. It's the foundation of our whole health, everything. And I suffered with mental health my whole life, low self-esteem, just not finding my place in this world and not knowing what it would look like. And so I went through the whole system, the rigmarole with medications, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, everything. And nothing was was helping. And then when I met, because this mission is, I mean, this is all word of mouth. So I met someone who was doing this too, and she inspired me to do this. And she just said, you know, just give it a try. This really helped us and my family. This may help you. And the energy that it was like the energy of this whole company is actually really strongly felt. So I just knew I needed to try this. And it was totally something out of my comfort zone. I had never even ordered anything online. I didn't even have a credit card. So I'm telling you, like, this, ordering anything online was way out of my comfort zone. And when it was food, I was like, what, powders, you know, like all these things were just like, what is this? But the energy of it was powerful, something I had to experience. And hearing you know, Taz's experience with it, watching her transform, because I had been following her, I just had to do it. And when I did, I had the same type of a awakening, like 3 days in, where I just felt really like a cloud had lifted and I could think clearly. I felt, I don't know, I mean, I felt so good. It was just like, I felt confident suddenly. Like, I remember these feelings come over me of just feeling like I felt so capable and clear. And even the things, because nothing around us changes, of course, it's the same, but like the way I was looking at everything was just so, I was able to just, I wasn't, like, you know, thinking, I used to get into compulsive thought patterns and downward spiral. And I was able to think of things that were hard, or something would come up and trigger me and I wouldn't downward spiral. I was able to maintain my happiness and my outlook. And this was really contagious because my husband did it as well. And he had an incredible transformation. And then I knew I needed to share this with everyone. So Alice, I absolutely saw as an angel in this world, that I said, you know, she can reach so many people, and this is going to help her so much. And, you know, it has given me, I have to say, a true sense of purpose, a true sense of, there's nothing more rewarding and purposeful than helping someone else. So all we do is we heal ourselves with it, and then we can pay it forward. And so it's given, I know, all of us, this is also, you know, just a chance to express our own authenticity, our own light, our own self. We get to build our own, how we're going to share this with the world becomes such an inspiring and creative exploration journey. And I'm just so grateful. So I'd love to get into what this actually is. Alice, if you can share your screen, because I know you have the slides there. Thank you. Okay. So let's start with the vegan aminos. These are the pre-digested amino acids that, yes, they build muscle. I have been able to build so much muscle since this. They promote skin elasticity. So I've had 2 kids, and I gained 60 pounds with both my pregnancies. And I had so much loose skin. I was even considering undergoing the knife. And I'm telling you, this has tightened up my skin so much. It also helps with mental acuity. So when I am feeling a little bit sluggish or a little down, I just take these aminos, and I swear within 23 minutes, I feel the effect of just that uplift, a little boost. I want to, you know, do something physical. I feel great. I can concentrate, and it really just helps. So I'm like forever grateful to those. And then Biomedic. So yes, Biomedic is gut repair. So in the UK, it's called Gut Harmony, or in Europe, it's called Gut Harmony. In America and Canada, it's called Biomedic. And it's a proprietary blend of these gut repair. It's gut support and repair. So not only is it like just a probiotic and a prebiotic, which is feeding the gut microbiome, but it's actually actively rebuilding our gut lining and regrowing the villi so that we can absorb food, we can, all the nutrients that we're flooding our cells with, we can absorb it all, instead of, you know, how I know Alice and I and so many of us were suffering with IBS before. That is just a thing of the past. You know, you really get to create a really healthy gut environment. and it detoxifies glyphosate, which there is no other product on the market that's ever been proven to do that. And glyphosate, when you start to remove that glyphosate and start making choices that, you know, are better, that we remove the glyphosate, you will see a world of difference in your mental health, your skin health, your everything. So yeah, that's what I'll leave and pass it over to Alice.
Thank you, darling, for so beautifully speaking about those. So important. And then we have our power shake. So this is our hypernourishment part of the program. You've probably seen pictures, videos of us all drinking our green juice. That's because we're obsessed. It tastes like heaven. And a lot of people freak out. They're like, oh my God, like green juice, it's going to taste like grass. No, no, no. This is sweetened with monk fruit. Monk fruit is 1,000 times sweeter than sugar, and it's a fruit. So this is all 100% organic fruits and vegetables and superfoods. Absolutely delicious. It has the same nutritional equivalent of eating 6 microgreen organic salads in one glass, which is how potent this is. And what it does is it helps us boost energy. It gets our adrenals going. It helps with thyroid issues. We get up and we have our power shake, and it's formulated to keep us satiated till lunchtime. So it's literally keeping us going. It's giving us all of the fuel that we need, and it's alkaline. So what it's doing is it's rebalancing the body's pH so that we're not in an acidic state, because disease thrives in acidity. So what the cleanse does, what this lifestyle does, is get our body back up to alkaline pH so that disease cannot thrive. So our power shake really is like our fuel throughout this and throughout all. I have 3 a day. So I'm obsessed with this. And then we also have, of course, our Apothecary. So Apothecary is our nightcap. It is absolutely the best thing in the world. It is 100% tart cherry juice, organic tart cherry juice, thousands upon thousands of a certain type of cherry that has naturally occurring melatonin in it. The only fruit in the world that has that, the same as in our body. So melatonin is our sleep hormone. When we're born, we have an abundance of melatonin in our bodies. I watch children, you know, when you see children fall asleep in really weird positions and you're like, oh my goodness, how is that possible? Because they have enough melatonin. They haven't had a lifetime of stress, watching screen, hopefully not too many screens when they're still children, of you know, that glare, and of just staying up too late, and a poor diet, and it's destroying our melatonin preserves. So what Apothecary does is it adds to the preserve, and it helps us formulate our own. It's not from, so this is all from food. A lot of people take melatonin from, you know, synthetic sources, but our body doesn't actually recognize that as melatonin, so it doesn't even get used. So this is getting our sleep cycle back to where it's supposed to be, using nature's fuel, that deep REM sleep for those deep, deep sleeps, incredible dreaming. Again, I lucid dream. It's also super antioxidant. In 1 tablespoon of this, it has this equivalent antioxidant count of 5 cups of organic blueberries. It's really anti-aging because it's cellularly rebuilding from the inside out. It helps clear free radicals that lead to damage in the body, and it's anti-inflammatory. It's so important. This is a super alkaline anti-inflammatory diet. So it's keeping our bodies exactly where they need to be to stop anything from forming. So this is preventative care that we're talking about here, to prevent anything bad from happening in our bodies. And I'd love to now pass it over to Ingrid to talk about another amazing component of this.
Thank you so much. You guys have both just such beautiful shares, and I'm super excited to talk about the Super Cleanser. This is one of my favorite products that actually comes with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. So this is going to be the Parasite Cleanser, and I have personally done a few different kinds of parasites cleanses in my life, and they have always been pretty brutal. Like, they're intense, like running to the bathroom like multiple times a day, just like awful. And I was a little nervous to take this one. I took it in the last 10 days of my first Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And I was nervous. I was like, oh no, like, can I really do this for 10 days? But it was super, super, super gentle. I felt amazing the whole time that I was taking it. And of course, it's all herbs, organic foods, organic, of course. And yeah, gently cleanses the last of the toxins and the parasites that are in your body. So yeah, very gentle, but super effective. It's amazing.
Thank you, darling. I'd love to add to that as well, that so many parasite cleanses in the world, you know, they just kill the adults. But what this does is it kills the eggs as well, which is amazing. So you're literally killing out the whole cycle of parasites. I'm glad you've had a much better time using this one, because I used to drink wormwood and psyllium husk, and it's brutal. You used a really good word for that. And then we can go to schedules. So people are often like, oh my goodness, am I going to be deprived of food on this? What am I doing? But it's so easy. There are 3 schedules that come with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. So you can find a way that it's going to work perfectly for how you eat, your schedule. If you like fasting, there's a schedule for that. If you want to have an ease in and then a nice solid 10 days of just devouring superfoods and then an ease out, there's there. Or you know what? No pressure. You can just add this into what you're already doing. If you're freaking out, don't, because this is just addition to what you're doing. We just like to say, if possible, you know, a processed foods vacation. That means no sugar, no alcohol, nothing acidic, nothing sugary, while this helps to cleanse and repair your body. We like to give it the best assistance that it can when it's working with your body. So, you know, whoever brought you onto this call, you can get back to them. You can speak to you about scheduling, make sure that we find a way that it's going to work perfectly for you. But remember, this is all just organic food. It's so easy, it's so delicious, and it's easy to integrate into whatever diet or lifestyle that you currently follow. There are 3 different kits as well. So we've been talking about the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation on the left here, everything that you need to integrate a brand new feeling, a brand new life into your existence, and just to make you feel like a new person. We're called the Transformation Company for a reason. You've heard about some of ours. A lot of people are saying, oh, but you know, Alice, I really want to work out heavy. I go to the gym every day. I want to lift weights. I'm a runner. I'm a cyclist. And I'm like, don't worry, we've got you. We've now got a kit called Plus Performance. So it has everything you need to sustain a heavy workout load. So you've got your pre-workout, pre-formulation, you've got the protein, the cleanest protein on earth. You have that afterwards to refuel your cells. And then you have the cool down, everything to replenish what you've lost, all your electrolytes. Everything you need to soothe your body and bring inflammation down so that you're not sore the next day and you can go straight back to it. A plane going overhead, that's good. And then we also have the Lifestyle Transformation Plus Immune. Need I say more? Everyone in the world is aware of what's going on. And so we wanted to formulate something that helps prevent and protect against illnesses and diseases. So we've got here Zincade. Zincade has zinc, vitamin A, D, C, and E. Everything that you need to have an amazing immune system and to help prevent anything from happening in your body. So that's an incredible, I have it every day anyway. I think it's absolutely amazing. But we would love to thank you. And obviously, any questions that you have, please feel free to ask. I'll just stop this here. Feel free to ask myself, Ingrid, or Alison. Oh, perfect. Okay, there's no questions. I'll just hand it, Ingrid. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's hopped on, whether you were able to join us live today or watch the recording. And please just get you back to whoever invited you onto this call or sent you this recording. We would love to connect with you more, share more about our transformation journeys, how these superfoods have transformed our lives, even more about the ingredients or the business that comes along with it. About the sustainable farming practices, about the fact that we're going plastic free, anything. If you have any questions at all, please just reach out and we are more than happy to help you walk down this journey that we have had the absolute pleasure to be able to walk down. So just thank you so much to everybody. And thank you so much, Alice and Allison, for your beautiful shares today. I love you guys so much.